Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about an update on Max Verstappen following the crash he had in Melbourne, as well as Lewis Hamilton's response to Mercedes' pace in qualifying. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Mercedes, and as we know, they locked out the front row in qualifying for the Melbourne Grand Prix, and that's not a surprise. They looked the fastest in testing and in practice for Melbourne as well. But I think what was a surprise is how fast Mercedes were. I mean, George Russell's pole time was a 1 minute 18.5, and Isaac Hajar, who did an absolutely brilliant job to qualify third in the Red Bull, set a time of a 1 minute 19.3. That is an 8/10 gap. I thought the gap would be 5 or 6 tenths, but 8 tenths, that is a lot. So yeah, it's like 2014 all over again. The hybrid engines were introduced and Mercedes were just on another level and dominated. Now, one thing that surprised me in qualifying was Ferrari. They looked to be pretty close to Mercedes in testing and in practice as well. However, in qualifying, Charles Leclerc only ended up in 4th and Lewis Hamilton ended up in 7th. And Hamilton has voiced shock over the advantage his former team seems to have, with him saying, as quoted by Racing News 365, "I don't understand it exactly. They didn't show that they could turn it up in testing, and now they've got this extra power from somewhere. We need to understand what it is. I hope it's not this compression ratio thing. Hopefully it's just pure power, and we've got to do a better job. But if it is the compression thing, then I will be disappointed that the FIA allow that to be the case, that it's not to the book. I will be pushing my team to do the same thing so we can get more powerful." Now, throughout the pre-season period, the potential of Mercedes' power unit was noted by rivals, particularly due to its reported compression ratio advantage, and the FIA is implementing measures later this year. And if you want to find out more, I'll leave a link to a video I did in the description. But my personal view, this cannot be all down to the compression ratio. I mean, Mercedes have multiple customer teams. They've got McLaren, Alpine and Williams, and those three teams are nowhere near the pace of Mercedes, especially Williams and Alpine, with neither car getting in to Q3. So I personally feel this is just down to Mercedes doing an absolutely amazing job with their car, and rivals have a lot of work to do to catch up, that's for sure. But let's move on to Max Verstappen, who had a crash in qualifying for the Melbourne Grand Prix. Basically, Verstappen was starting his first lap in Q1, but was sent into a spin as he applied the brakes at the opening corner, and Verstappen skated across the gravel and collided with the barrier, and that obviously knocked him out of Q1. And for the Grand Prix on Sunday, Verstappen will start at the back of the grid. Now, images of Verstappen appear to show him having discomfort in his hands as he returned to the pit lane, and when asked how he was feeling, Verstappen said, as quoted by Racing News 365, "All good. I just had to get some x-rays done to see if my hands were okay, but nothing was broken." And speaking about the crash, Verstappen said, as quoted by Sky F1, "I didn't speak to the team yet, or didn't look into any data, but to lose the car like that on the braking, I've never experienced that in my life. I hit the brake pedal, and suddenly the whole rear axle just completely locked up, so definitely a bit weird. I think it already went wrong before the downshift, because I hit the pedal, and as soon as I hit the pedal, because you quite quickly downshift, it already immediately locked on the peak of the brake pressure basically, so something very weird. That's for sure." So yeah, a really difficult weekend for Verstappen so far. But yeah, as I said earlier, his teammate Isaac Hajar did an absolutely brilliant job to qualify in P3. I mean, this is Hajar's first season with Red Bull, and being Verstappen's teammate, this is Hajar's first qualifying as a Red Bull driver, and to qualify P3, I just think that is absolutely outstanding. I mean, when you look at Verstappen's previous teammates, they've got nowhere near his pace. They've been knocked out in Q1. They've struggled for points. So yeah, in my opinion, Hajar has done a seriously good job in that Red Bull. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care.